South Jefferson. And now, let's meet the starting lineup. First for the visiting Red Raiders. A sophomore, number 3, Ethan Myers. A senior, number 11, Michael Fay. A junior, number 13, Isaiah Spencer. A junior, number 15, Ethan Smith. And senior, number 23, Brian Thomas. The head coach for the Red Raiders, Matt Tempo. And now for the Spartans from South Jefferson. A sophomore, number 10, Tommy Hitt. A junior, number 14, Russell Hacker Jr. A senior, number 15, Ray Long. A junior, number 21, Nathaniel Madison. And senior, number 24, Bobby Hitt. The head coach for the Spartans, Robert Hitt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the NBC Watertown YouTube channel. My name's Connor Lalone. Josh Madison alongside me as we get set for our final of 4 matchups. Frontier League finals here today from the McVean Center Gymnasium at JCC. This game rescheduled from Thursday night when South Jeff was supposed to take on Lowville. Instead, the weather didn't cooperate. It's not really cooperating right now either. It's starting to snow out there and come down quite a bit. So glad that we're in here and able to watch this matchup here on the NBC Watertown YouTube channel. The boys class AAB League Championship. Bobby Pittick will get us underway here as we start things between South Jeff and Lowville. Tommy Pittick into Bobby in the post, and he'll turn, throw one up, short off the iron, gets his own rebound in the corner, able to dish it back out. There's Nate Madison. They swing it all the way around. Tommy Pittick on the far sideline, driving in, throws one up, foul on the floor. No, 2 shots, says Bobby Lefevre. And Tommy Pittick with a chance to open the scoring from the free throw line. Foul on Ethan Myers of the Red Raiders.
Yeah, ref quickly called the block, which makes it a little confusing. Not really sure if he was calling for the shot or not. Looked like he was giving him the shot, so Tommy will start it from the free throw line.
Good on the first, and Spartans take the first lead of the game, 1-0, with 28 seconds gone here in the first quarter. Two from Tommy at the line, and immediately he goes to press the inbounder, Isaiah Spence.
Yeah.
Here's Brian Thomas.
I wouldn't be shocked if whenever you see Isaiah Spence, you're going to see Tommy Pittick as Nate grabs a steal there.
Nate Madison to Tommy Pittick. Good pressure from South Jeff to force the turnover early. Bobby Pittick, quick handoff, and flying in, laying it in with a right hand from the left side is Russell Hazard. Early 4-0 lead. Here's Lowville the other direction. That's Ethan Zaire. Picked up his dribble. Harassed by Hazard. Handed off for Spence.
They're going to call basically an illegal screen there.
Yeah. Ethan Zaire in there on that handoff play. Handed it off to Spence and then impeded South Jeff from trying to make a defensive play on the basketball. So first foul on Zaire. First of the game for him. Second for Lowville here in the early going. Bobby Pittick in the post. Backing down Michael Fail, dishing out to the corner. Nate Madison in and out. Bobby Pittick tipped it free. Nobody there to save it for the Spartans.
Yeah, just couldn't get a full grasp on it. Tried going up with one hand. Usually with his kind of height, that works out for him, but today he'll be going after Michael Fail, who's pretty decently close to him in height, so we'll see how that is handled as Bobby tips that one free. And now they're going to call the kickball there on Nate Madison down low. Ended up getting tripped over by the ball.
Spence to inbound, throws it into the backcourt for Zaire. Ethan Zaire against Hazard. Zaire picked up his dribble. Goes out to the far side. Michael Fail against Bobby Pittick. Now Brian Thomas against Tommy Pittick. Top of the arc. Myers all the way around for Zaire. Zaire into the corner. Fail fakes the shot. Got Bobby to jump. Good feed underneath. Finds the open man, and Ethan Zaire lays it in. First bucket of the game for Lowville. 4-2 the score now. South Jeff, that's how they break the press. They go up high to Bobby Pittick on the inbound pass. Throw it only where he can get it. Corner three. Rattles around the rim and out from Russell Hazard. Brian Thomas up the near side. Good feed underneath. Tremendous athleticism from Isaiah Spence as he gets to the rim. Used to seeing him do his damage from outside the arc. This time got right to the basket. Tommy Pittick to Nate Madison. Back to Tommy. Good pace here early. 5:30 to go in the first quarter. All tied up at 4 apiece. Hazard. Madison. They swing it all the way around. Lawley to Hazard. To Tommy, to Bobby, back to Tommy Pittick. Tommy Pittick into the paint, gets to the basket, and lays it in with the right hand.
Yeah, both of these teams, they definitely can shoot from beyond the arc, but they do know how to get to the basket, and we're going to see probably a lot of that in this game as Regan Lawley's actually going to pick up a foul down low underneath the basket.
Ethan Myers getting to the hoop, drawing the foul on Lawley. First on him, first against the Spartans here in the early going.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I mean, we're going to see a lot of layups, a lot of crashing the basket, a lot of drives down the lane. As Ethan Myers misses his first, but we'll also see our fair share of three-point shots. Guys like Russell Hazard not afraid to pull that one from beyond the arc.
Isaiah Spence, a terrific shooter as well. Myers goes 0-2 from the line. Missed both. Here is Hazard against Spence. Tommy Pittick against Myers. Lawley down low for Bobby. Bobby Pittick against Fail, getting into the lane. No look pass into the corner for Madison. Out of bounds.
They're just going to call it out of bounds.
Brian Thomas. A lot of contact there. No foul. Just good defense from Brian Thomas. Ball came off of him last. South Jeff ball. Here's Madison to Lawley. Bobby Pittick, top of the arc. Fakes the shot, drives in. Ridiculous effort from Bobby Pittick. I mean, that was
almost shot that from
really difficult.
Straight up behind him.
Myers, back out. Fail, slowing things down. He's guarded by Bobby Pittick. Good screen there. As Fail drives in against Pittick, throws it up and over him and in. All tied up at 6. Again, the press from Lowville and Coach Shambo. Bobby Pittick throws it up ahead for Tommy. Tommy has Nate in this near corner. Also has Hazard on the far side. Tommy Pittick halfway through the first quarter, all tied at 6. Pittick gets around Myers, who was tripped up. Lawley from 3. Short, missed everything. Good physical battle between Fail and Pittick underneath, too, and they're content to let that one go as well.
Yeah, both players kind of fighting for the ball, trying to box at each other. I mean, it's going to be a battle between those two to see who can get the most rebounds. And whoever wins that battle is going to go in a long way into deciding this game.
Myers against Lawley, goes to Fail. Now Brian Thomas in the far corner. Nate Madison all over him. Thomas going to take the shot. Going to make the shot. First lead for Lowville, 8-6 now. And timeout, Coach Shambo. Chance for Lowville to talk things over with 3:30 remaining in the first quarter. A 2-point lead for them after Brian Thomas canned that mid-range shot.
Yeah, I think this timeout is basically just going to try and talk over how to handle this inbound pass. They've had this full court press going the whole time. It seems like South Jeff has just been able to handle it no problem. So I'm going to guess that this timeout, just trying to run over, trying to figure out how are we going to stop this play? Because South Jeff has done just about the exact same run, same routes, same everything to kind of handle it. So Lowville probably trying to figure out how we're going to be able to take away all of the passing lanes and force South Jeff to drop something else.
3:30 remaining in the first quarter.
South Jeff is going with a bit of a taller look here. Russell subs out for Liam Hobbs.
Tommy, Lawley, Nate Madison. Hobbs is down there. He goes and sets up shop in the far corner. Lowville seem kind of content to leave that corner open, playing the zone here. Bobby Pittick lost the handle. It's out of bounds. He wanted to foul, won't get it. And it'll be Lowville basketball in front of their own bench.
Yeah, refs letting these players play around here. That was pretty physical from behind him.
Myers. Zaire up top. Pass jumped, taken away. Nate Madison. Madison to the basket.
High jump there, had his hand up by the rim.
Brian Thomas, great no-look pass.
Great jump there from defense, turning into good offense. We've seen that a lot all day today from all 4 games. It's been a key factor to how some of these teams have won today.
Fail. Shot was altered. They're going to say Hobbs got him on the arm. He thought he got the ball.
They're actually going to call that one on Bobby.
That's a big call from Bobby Lefevre underneath.
Two more shots here from Lowville.
Fail makes the first. Takes the lead back. Couple of changes for Lowville. Thomas McHugh in for the Red Raiders. And so is Eli Gronowski. Here comes Peters for South Jeff to replace Reagan Lawley. Fail, 1 of 2. Bobby Pittick with the rebound. Trailing by 1, 2:35 here in the first. Madison, Tommy Pittick goes into the post for Bobby. Bobby turns, got around, fail, and got to the bucket. Another lead change, 10-9, South Jeff. Here's Brian Thomas, picked up by Madison. Hands off for McHugh. Gronowski backs it out. McHugh down low. Thomas blocked by Bobby Pittick.
Yeah.
Lowville saves it.
Well, that's just going to make the South Jeff drive even easier. What a block from Bobby Pittick. Using his height, he's used it all year. 59 blocks coming into tonight, so that's block number 60 on the season. Just using that height and athleticism to his advantage to get up there and block it.
Tommy Pittick, after the rejection by his older brother. Here he is, Bobby. Got the jump, goes to the basket, great move. Great use of the pivot foot. Ball is loose under the basket. They are really letting them play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, a lot of contact down there, a lot of hands moving around. But that'll be a jump ball, and it'll switch possessions back over to the Red Raiders.
Hazard back in, replaces Hobbs. Spence will inbound for Lowville.
South Jeff kind of backing off of Spence a little bit there. Early on, we saw Tommy right up on Spence, even as he's trying to pass the ball in. Now just picking him up at half.
Yeah, Tommy Pittick is just face guarding Spence. McHugh got right to the basket, but he stepped on the baseline and is out of bounds. We saw a game here earlier this season where South Jeff beat Potsdam. And in that game, Bobby Pittick throws this one away. Here's Spence against Bobby Pittick. Back out. And Brian Thomas traveled. In that game earlier against Potsdam this season, Tommy Pittick in that second half particularly was personally tasked with staying all over Ian Van Wagner and completely shut him down, allowed South Jeff to come back and win that game in overtime.
Yeah.
They're doing a similar strategy here with Spence, where Tommy Pittick is just guarding him and not even worried about the ball. Peters from the corner. missed everything. Madison able to poke it free, but he got the last touch. And it's out of bounds.
Yeah, one thing that South Jeff and specifically Coach Pittick prides himself in is the defense that this team puts together. I mean, they've held some of the top teams in the Frontier League and some of even the top teams in the section. So some pretty low-scoring games.
Spence with a nifty move to get to the basket and take the lead back. 11-10, Lowville now.
And a lot of it comes from the size and athleticism from some of these guys.
Hazard up ahead. Madison had Peters flashing through the paint. Peters told him, don't pass it. Back it out. They do. Bobby Pittick in the post. He's going to try his luck from deep. Won't go. Madison fighting for the loose ball. And it comes out to Brian Thomas. Thomas handed off. Spence trying to go against Tommy Pittick. No shot. Foul on the floor before Spence could go up with it.
Yep, they're going to call that block from as he's driving in. Once Isaiah Spence gets those legs moving, it's tough to stop him. And he gets moving quick. Tommy tried to keep up with him. Ended up using a little too much hands there.
Ball inbounded to Michael Fail. Here's McHugh. Thomas against Madison. Madison poked it loose. And then they're going to call Thomas for the foul there after Madison was able to poke it free. Thomas with a little bit of a shove on Nate Madison. First foul on Thomas, third on Lowville. Both teams with 3 now here in the first quarter. Just 21.3 remaining in the opening 8. Pittick. They go up ahead. Madison up that far sideline. Slows it back down, hand it off. Hazard to Tommy Pittick.
See, even down low, without even having the ball, there's a lot of contact with Bobby.
Bobby Pittick, fade away, in and out. Fail with a rebound, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Back and forth physical battle. They're letting them play. It's 11-10, Lowville with a 1-point lead.
I gotta be honest, I'm not sure if I like them letting this kind of physicality go. I'm all for letting some physicality go, but I mean, if you let it go this early on, especially to that level, you're gonna find yourselves with a very dangerous second half if they're not careful. So we'll see on if it continues or if they'll tighten up some of these calls. But I mean, you look down low, and it seems like every shot that goes up, and you have Bobby and Michael Fail just fighting for it and pushing around and just kind of getting tangled within each other. So we'll see what happens, but this is about what we expected for this game. You know, back and forth. I won't be shocked if this is how these next 3 quarters go. Just constantly back and forth, fighting for the lead. Well, we'll see.
1-point game as we get set for the second quarter. Our final game of the weekend. The boys Class AA-B. They combined them all this year. Frontier League Championship, South Jeff and Lowville. Lowville with an upset, beating Watertown to get to this game. Clearly, that was no fluke. This team can ball. Madison to Lawley. Bobby Pittick driving in against Fail. Bobby, and the foul. I think they're going to get Myers this time. It could be a Fail. It is.
It is going to be on Fail. Just kind of right there, went up for the block, ended up getting more of his forearm than the ball there. And that'll send Bobby to the line. Try and tie this up and then possibly take the lead.
No good on the first from Bobby Pittick. In and out on the second as well, and rebounded well by Myers. 2 big free throws there missed by Bobby Pittick. Here's Fail. Came to a stop. Harassed by Bobby. Trying to find somebody, he can't.
I believe that's going to, is that a 5-second?
It is. 5-second call against Fail. Came to a stop, had the ball, and never did anything with it.
I don't really see that call too often.
That's the first time I've ever seen that called in a high school basketball game. Just stifling defense from Bobby Pittick there to force it. Hand it off, and then he sets the screen for Lawley. Now he rolls off of it into the corner. Has Tommy coming around. Tommy Pittick. South Jeff with the lead, 12-11. Spence to inbound, Brian Thomas. Thomas trying to get the ball to Spence, and he does. On the follow, Myers. And again, Myers. Well, he's got to get it in bounds. He does. Bobby Pittick, trouble in the corner. Able to work out of it. Madison has Hazard up ahead. Instead, he tried to go to Tommy Pittick. That was well read and taken away by Ethan Zaire. Spence. Zaire now, near corner against Madison. Got around him. Lost the handle. Called for the travel. Good defense by Nate Madison to force the turnover.
Yeah, that's what we like to call pulling the chair right out from underneath him. See Zaire tried to back into him, trying to post him up. Nate just moved right with him. Ended up losing his balance and falling over. So Spartans will take their first timeout of the half. They'll try and figure something out to get this offense moving and try and get a little more than just a 1-point lead. Seems like both of these teams are kind of stuck with that.
Exchanged that 1-point lead several times. Right now it's Lowville with the advantage. 6:37 to go in the second quarter. Terrific matchup as the snow's coming down out there in Watertown, New York. JCC, home of the Frontier League Championships this weekend. Ball inbounded to Bobby Pittick again. Bobby goes to Tommy. Hazard, Tommy Pittick against Zaire. Got around him. Back out, Bobby Pittick. Bobby in the post against Fail. Doubled there. Back out to Tommy Pittick. He gets down low. Good look for Tommy Pittick. Count it. And the foul.
Tommy doing a real good job in these last few drives to get down low, get down the baseline, and use the glass to his advantage. Getting that one, plus the foul, so real good drive there for the Spartans.
Tommy Pittick with a chance to blow it wide open to 2. It's been a 1-point game for essentially the entirety of this first half. 15-13, South Jeff with the lead.
Doubled the lead with that shot.
Spence got it out to Fail up top. Myers underneath, up over Lawley and Pittick, and couldn't get it to go. Hazard into the corner for Madison. Hazard thought about the 3. He can let it fly from deep. Lawley, far side, down low. Bobby Pittick. Here he is. Hazard from deep.
That's a college 3 right there. That's not even just high school. He took a few steps back with that one.
Thomas, hands off. Trey Smith into the game now for Lowville. Spence to Fail. Back out to Brian Thomas. Thomas against Madison. That's been a good battle all game. They're going to say Madison got Thomas on the arm.
I don't know about that one. I mean, we've seen that move quite a few times. And not only do I think that he may have gotten ball on that one, but that one's gone uncalled the entirety of this game. That is the first time that we see that one get called.
Well, Thomas thought he was going to be shooting free throws. I'm not sure how he could have assumed that would be the case. He hadn't gotten into the shooting position just yet, so fell on the floor. Now a whistle here.
And
another foul. This one's on the floor away from the play. And
maybe a push off or something on that end. But Lowville has been very physical in this one. Not to say that South Jeff has not, but very interesting play there from Regan Lawley.
Yeah, probably a travel on Lawley or a double dribble, one or the other. They got Gronowski for that foul there off the ball on the inbound play. It's his first. Third against Lowville here in the second quarter. Bobby Pittick in the post, spinning, turning back the opposite direction. Now Tommy driving into the lane, lost the handle clean. It's out of bounds. South Jeff will keep it with 11 on the shot clock and 5 remaining in the second quarter.
And Lowville is doing a fantastic job on the help defense down low. You're seeing a lot of South Jeff driving down the lane, trying to get to these layups. But I'll tell you what, South Jeff has done a fantastic job, or Lowville, sorry, has done a fantastic job at just standing their ground. Only a few seconds left. They may want to get a shot up.
I'm not sure Bobby got it off in time. They're going to count it.
Refs are going to count that.
That was close.
Very close. I'm with you. I'm not sure if he got that off in time, but men in stripes say so, so that's the only opinion that matters.
Smith into the corner. That's McHugh. Thomas McHugh blocking foul. Tommy Pittick.
They may give that to Regan there.
It'd be interesting. It would be the second on Tommy and second on Reagan Lawley. So he'll come out. Drew Peters back in. Thomas to inbound for Lowville. Quick inbound play. Tough shot on the inbound for Trey Smith. Bobby Pittick to Peters.
Good strong defense coming right off the bench from Drew Peters. Just immediately putting that pressure on.
Myers ready to come back in for Lowville. Reaching in, though, on the floor is Trey Smith. Went up over the top to try to get the ball from Bobby Pittick, but hit him on the arm.
Yeah, it's not easy to get up there and swipe the ball from him. It's a long ways up to get there. Just ended up coming up a bit too short, got him on the arm.
Hazard to inbound. Needs somebody. Just heaves it deep for Peters. Drew Peters. Crossing up. Thomas. Called for the travel.
Yeah, kind of lost his handle for going up, but still kind of had possession of it, so good call there on that travel.
Thomas. Ethan Myers, who's back in for Lowville now. Fail against Pittick. Bobby Pittick picks up another foul. His second here, about halfway through the second quarter. They go into the backcourt for McHugh. Now Brian Thomas. McHugh up top for Myers. Fail. Picked up by Bobby Pittick, fresh off that second foul. Spence into the lane. And they call Tommy for the foul. Tommy Pittick is frustrated with that call. I think the issue there, more than whether or not he got him on the arm, is what they've let go and what they haven't. It's the second foul on Tommy Pittick now as well. So him and Bobby both sitting on two. And Spence cans the first from the line.
Yeah, I mean, in the first quarter, we see only 2 or 3 fouls called. And now in this one, we're seeing 8 called. And we're still only halfway into the quarter. Both teams just about to be in bonus in the second quarter. And again, we still have 3.5 minutes left. It's been what they let go in the first quarter and what they're calling now in the second quarter that's been the difference maker.
Bobby Pittick in the post against Fail. Dishing out Peters. Bobby from way downtown. Rattled around and came out. Myers with a rebound. Thomas up ahead. Now trailing by 5, Lowville. Spence. Myers. Fail. Good move. Foul on Peters.
That one going to be on Drew again. I'm not sure how much of his hand he caught, but refs have a closer view than we do. So
signal from Wiley was a block. Sends Fail to the line. This is the first. Fail no good on the second either. Missed opportunity there for Lowville to cut into the lead. It's still 5 for South Jeff. Peters in the corner. Way up top, Tommy Pittick. Clear out, he says. Clear out. It's Thomas. Goes down low. Bobby. Back to Tommy. Got around Brian Thomas. They swing it all the way around. Peters fumbled with it for a second. Otherwise, he would have had a clean look. Hazard instead off the dribble.
I mean, I guess you kind of have to guard him from half court at this point. He's just He hasn't hit a normal-looking three yet. They've been from so far out.
Thomas with the answer. Won't go. Bobby Pittick with the rebound. Bobby can slow things down a little bit. A couple of changes ready for the Spartans at the next stoppage. Pittick against McHugh, then against Fail. The follow from Lawley. No, Hobbs underneath. Thomas. Hand it off for Fail. Bobby jumped. Fail goes in. Foul.
Yeah,
that's going to be on Bobby Pittick. That's just not a good foul to pick up. It's third here in the first half.
Yeah, that's a foul that, I mean, it's an easy call there for the refs. It's that movement downward with your hand, that trying to spike it down. You have to hit ball, and if you don't, you're going to get a call 100% of the time. Because they'll actually sub him out here.
Yeah, Bob Pittick will take a timeout here. I think readjust who he wants out there after Bobby picks up his third foul. Timeout with 1:58 remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, Bobby's been a good body there for the Spartans, so him picking up 3 fouls in the first half, that's not what you want for the Spartans, because him being in foul trouble, especially early, that takes away rebounds, that takes away points down in the paint. So obviously that's not what you want, but we'll see what Coach Pittick draws up here to try and get this team still moving at the same level. They're currently up 9 off of just some, I mean, this has just been a gritty game. Both teams just fighting for every single bucket.
Bobby Pittick actually headed back around the bleachers and into the locker room. It looked like, I wasn't sure. A couple of times it looked like he might have been checking for blood, maybe in that mouth area. It's been that type of game.
Sure has. Both teams playing very physical, and in the first quarter, a lot of it was being let go. But here in the second, calling quite a bit.
South Jeff in the, well, next foul will put South Jeff in the bonus. Lowville already in the bonus after that foul on Bobby Pittick. Shooting foul anyway. And Fail misses both again. Tommy Pittick, now the size on the floor for South Jeff, with his brother sitting on the bench for the time being. Here he comes back from the locker room. Going to sit down on the Spartans bench. Tommy Pittick, mid-range shot, gets the roll. (27-16), South Jeff with 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. Spence, haven't seen him pull from deep yet. He hit 8 of those in their win against Potsdam earlier this season. Fail. Got the fake, got around Hobbs. Offensive rebound, the follow wouldn't go. And then this one's out of bounds eventually.
Apparently Coach Pittick saw something there from Liam Hobbs that he liked, giving him a high five from the sideline.
They got to go inbound, and they get it to Hobbs. And he comes to Nate Madison up this near sideline. Madison, Hazard. Good screen from Lawley. They go down low to Bobby Pittick into the corner. Hazard sidesteps a couple of times. Got around Zaire.
And Zaire jumping for joy over there.
Pittick over Brian Thomas. Didn't get the shot, didn't get the foul. Here's Spence the other way. Spence into the corner. There's Zaire. Up top, Fail. He keeps faking that three. We've yet to see him take one. Here he is in the post now. Dishing out. Zaire in the corner. Fail will pull from deep. Tommy Pittick. That one read and taken away by Lowville. And they'll score with 12 seconds to go in the first half. And the Spartans get one last pass inbounds. Oh, Tommy Pittick was tripped up there. That's got to be a foul or a travel. It can't be neither.
But they call neither, and that's how the half ends.
Yeah, that's really interesting there at the end of the first half. I mean, that can't be
There's
nothing.
no way
there
that
has to be
there's
something called there.
No one goes down on the floor with the basketball and nothing happens. There has to be either a reason he fell or a travel there. But no whistle blown, so that ends the half. Spartans walk out of there up 6. Last 20 seconds there were a lot of Lowville. Maybe they'll be able to carry that momentum into the second half. But South Jeff is going to carry that 6-point lead into the half.
27-21, the Spartans with the lead. It was touch and go for a while, back and forth. South Jeff pulled out, had a fairly significant lead there for a second, but Michael Fail with a big 3 towards the end of the first half, cutting into the lead, and it's just 6 at halftime here. The Class AAA B. Got to come up with an easier way to say that. Shot clock's going to go off here. We'll call it B. Both of these teams are B schools. South Jeff and Lowville in the Frontier League Championships. Halftime of a really fierce, physical first half from JCC on the NBC Watertown YouTube channel. The Frontier League playoffs, this is our last matchup, and it's shaping up to be maybe the best. Brought to you by the Bob Johnson Auto Group, home of the $5 Friday car wash. Bob Johnson, got your ride. The Seacom Credit Union, located all throughout the North Country, and newest location on Route 3 in Watertown. Access your accounts online at seacom.org and on your smartphone with their mobile app. The North Star Health Alliance, which includes Carthage Area Hospital, North Country Orthopedic Group, Claxton Hepburn, and Meadowbrook Terrace, dedicated to keeping healthcare local and supporting us here all weekend by sponsoring every made three-pointer and every timeout called. John Allen Sanitation in Adams, delivering reliable waste services, supporting us here at the Frontier League Championship, supporting you by picking up your trash. JohnAllenSanitation.com, 315-846-5951. Adams Country Club, more than just a place to eat. It's a place to connect, celebrate, make memories, maybe watch South Jeff and Lowville here in the Frontier League Championships. Join them on Wednesdays for Wing Night. AdamsCountryClub.com for the full menu and specials. The North Country Goes Green Irish Festival will be in Clayton this year for the first time at the Rec Park on March 14th and 15th. And Creekstone Farms on Fuller Road in Adams. Wedding and event venue. Any event. Weddings. Small family get-togethers. Whatever you could possibly ask. Large family get-togethers. There you go. Have a Madison family get-together, maybe. Give them a call, 315-291-5138. Thank you to all of them, and thank you to everybody for watching. We're going to take a break here at halftime, give you a word from those sponsors that we just mentioned, and we'll be back for the second half of South Jeff versus Lowville in the Frontier League Championships.
Welcome to the Value Vehicle Headquarters. Hi folks, Mike Burdick here, Bob Johnson Chevy in Pulaski. Are you looking for that $200 a month payment? We've got you covered. With us being a Value Vehicle Headquarters, we've got vehicles as low as $79.95 and payments under $200 a month. Come check us out today, exit 36 I-81 in Pulaski, or check us out online at bobjohnsonchevypulaski.com.
Sometimes it's the simple things in life that can make all the difference in your day. Whether it's a hot cup of coffee that turns your morning around or a friendly smile from a stranger on the street, we understand how the little things can make the biggest impact. That's why we offer a full suite of services that can help you simplify and complement your busy lifestyle. Become a CCOM member today and experience the credit union difference.
Hi, Neil Terrell from Bob Johnson VW in Watertown with a couple great finds. A 2020 Ford Ranger Lariat with 8,000 miles on it, leather loaded, only $36,297. Or a 2020 Volkswagen Atlas Crossport with only 19,000 miles on it for $36,977. We have over 1,500 vehicles to choose from. Check us out, bobjohnsonvw.com, Outer Washington Street in Watertown.
Jim Strable here, Bob Johnson Chevy, Pulaski, New York, just off Route 81, exit 36. And I'm proud to announce it is truck season. We've got everything you need for your truck needs. 1,500 used vehicles in stock, like this 2021 Duramax, this certified Z71 Chevy Silverado, and this beautiful 2021 Ford Ranger. Come stop and see us. Visit us at bobjohnsonchevypulaski.com.
Big plans, we can help. Small expenses, we got you covered. Everyday purchases, we're here for that too. No matter the size of your needs, CCOM's committed to providing you with the best financial service possible.
Looking for a wedding venue that's as unique as your love story? Introducing Creekstone Farms, the perfect blend of rustic charm and modern elegance. Our authentic barn offers a breathtaking backdrop for your special day. From the exposed beams and vintage details to the green surroundings, every moment will be filled with timeless beauty. With our customizable packages and dedicated team, we'll help you celebrate a truly unforgettable celebration. Creekstone Farms, where rustic meets romance.
Welcome to the powerhouse in Pulaski at Bob Johnson Ford. It's that time of year again when you might be looking for an all-wheel drive SUV or van to get you to your next soccer event. Check these out. A 2020 BMW X3, a 2020 Chevy Traverse all-wheel drive second row buckets with leather, and a hard-to-find 2018 Honda Odyssey sunroof leather heated seats. Come check us out, exit 36 in Pulaski, bobjohnsonford.com.
At the North Star Health Alliance, we're dedicated to keeping healthcare local. Our multidisciplinary orthopedics team is leading the way with innovative techniques and specialized procedures that restore mobility and empower active, pain-free lives. There's no need to travel for care. From sports medicine to general orthopedic surgery, we've got you covered. With credentialed and board-certified providers across our system, we bring specialized, convenient care directly to you wherever you are. Because with North Star Health Alliance, your health is our mission.
In the North Country, there are teachers who go above and beyond every day, shaping the minds of our future and inspiring greatness. NBC Watertown wants to give 7 North Country teachers the extra credit they deserve. Together with the Northern New York Community Foundation and Drek Subs, we're celebrating the educators who make a difference. 7 outstanding teachers will be chosen to receive a catered awards ceremony and a $250 grant for classroom improvements. Visit NBCWatertown.com to nominate a teacher before March 2nd.
Hi, Neil Terrell from Bob Johnson Volkswagen. Check out this 2021 GMC Elevation Package. It's the crew cab, running boards, 5.3 V8, only 25,000 miles, yours for $42,900. Or maybe a 2020 Cadillac Escalade. This vehicle's got 17,000 miles on it, yours for $49,900. If that doesn't work, I have 1,500 used vehicles. Check us out today, bobjohnsonvw.com.
Welcome back inside the McVean Center Gymnasium here at JCC, the Boys Frontier League Championship, South Jeff and Lowville. Pretty intense first half of action. South Jeff with a 6-point lead as we get ready for the second half. Connor Lalone alongside with Josh Madison bringing you the action here. Our final of 4 games this afternoon from, again, JCC. Terrific spot for us to watch a game. A terrific atmosphere has been set up by the fans for each of these matchups, and this one has not disappointed in the slightest. A 6-point game as we get ready for the second half. And Bobby Pittick back out to start this second half of basketball after picking up 3 fouls in the first. He's back out there for the Spartans. Spence underneath. Dished out, fail, mid-range jumper. Picking up where he left off at the end of the first half. Buried a big 3 to cut the lead to 6, and now a 2 to open the scoring here in the third quarter. Hazard, guarded by Spence, gets the screen from Bobby Pittick, who rolls off of it, and then Pittick is pushed by Spence.
Yeah, one thing that we saw a lot in the first half is that both of these teams were playing very physical basketball. And it looks like by the sights of this one that this half's not going to be very different.
Lawley in the corner. Now Hazard wide open from 3. Doesn't get it to go. Madison with a rebound. They kick it back out. Bobby Pittick. Spartans up by 4. Tommy. Bobby in the post. Back to Tommy. They swing it around. Pittick against Thomas. Screen for Hazard. Bobby from deep. Too strong. Madison fighting for the rebound. Pokes it free to Lawley. Madison. Hazard. Closed down quickly by Spence.
Spartans are going to take 2 minutes off on just this drive alone.
Bobby Pittick in the post. Back out. Hazard again from deep. That one's off the left side. Bobby Pittick saves it. That came off of Lowville last.
Oh, no, he's going to say that it was off.
Okay, I think everybody in the building saw something different there.
And it looks like the ref's favorite people, the fans, are letting them know that they absolutely agree with that one.
Spence will inbound, throws it up high into the backcourt for Zaire. Fail, hand it off. That's Spence. Myers, Thomas, Zaire. Dishing back out. Thomas wide open. They call a charge. Ethan Zaire went into the paint. Knocked down on Bobby Pittick.
Great job there from Tommy just to set his feet, take one for the team.
That's a third on Zaire with 6:20 to go in the third quarter. South Jeff able to break the press. Hazard's wide open up ahead. He's going to drive in, throw up a floater with the right hand. It doesn't go, and Myers with the rebound for Lowville. Here's Thomas. Has fail in the paint. Down into his feet. He couldn't handle it, and it's out of bounds.
Had a good idea there for Lowville. Tried to get it into the paint for that layup. Just couldn't quite handle it and ended up just rolling out of bounds.
Pittick back to Lawley. Now to Madison. Matt Patton and South Jeff press break. They do it again. Tommy Pittick driving against Eli McHugh. Pittick, no look pass into the corner. Madison from 3.
His first 3 of the night. He had one earlier in the first half that he shot, but he just couldn't get it.
Spence into the lane.
Great screen at the top from Thomas. Cleaning an open lane there for Spence.
South Jeff goes up tall for Tommy Pittick. Comes back to Lawley. Here's Madison up ahead. A nervy moment for South Jeff. And then another Tommy Pittick has to go secure that pass. Pittick against McHugh. Now Bobby in the post against Fail. Turns. Good pass into the corner. Madison, one more. They go back to Tommy. Now Bobby. Bobby Pittick. Nobody wants to shoot for South Jeff. Lawley. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tommy Pittick near side. He's going to drive in, and he'll take it for two. Thomas picked up by Hazard. Now Tommy Pittick will go mark him. Hazard, physical on Thomas McHugh. Spence from downtown, short. And Tommy Pittick with the rebound.
It's the first one that we've seen from Spence, and I got to be honest, I'm very shocked that this was the first time that we see Spence pull from three. There's a turnover there from the Spartans. Now going to let Spence get inside.
Came to a stop, dished out for Fail. Fail driving against Tommy Pittick. They dish back out. Brian Thomas goes into the lane. Couldn't get the shot to go. Bobby Pittick with the rebound. Bobby Pittick on three.
Seemed like Thomas was ready for Bobby to step up on him, so he was ready to shoot. Bobby just never stepped up. And now we're going to get a hold down low on Michael Fail.
The Fails.
They've been very physical all game, but we haven't seen that call just yet. First time we see that.
He's been entangled with Bobby Pittick all evening. Those two guys really physical battle down low. It's been a lot of fun to watch. Fail a little too aggressive that time. Bobby Pittick over Fail. Thomas up ahead for Spence. Spence dishing back out into the corner. Short. Well short on a three from Thomas McHugh. South Jeff lead back up to 9. Tommy Pittick. Lawley. Bobby turns around. That's Liam Hobbs now into the game. Bobby Pittick in the post against Fail. He wants that matchup. Didn't get the shot to fall.
Tried to get the foul there too. Couldn't get that to go. Thomas was looking for Spence, but
tried that no-look pass he pulled off earlier. Spence was not on the same page. Thomas. That's Trey Smith. Ball poked loose. Madison going to force Spence to run all the way back for it. Spence ends up with it, throws it out. And Lowville trying to go the other way. Madison still down on the court after the fact. Brian Thomas thought he was going to get the handoff. And he doesn't. And then a foul underneath as Hobbs went up from behind and got McHugh.
That was a very physical race down the floor between Nate and Spence. I'm shocked there wasn't a call on either one of them. Both of them kind of pushing off of each other. But we do get a foul down here and a great finish down low from Thomas McHugh, sending him to the line, trying to cut back into this lead.
Madison and Lawley come out. Peters in for South Jeff.
And along with Russell Hazard, as the Red Raiders are going to call a timeout. Try and find some way to break through this press break and probably stop this offense. They're starting to find their way a little bit here in the third quarter. Just 3 minutes to go in the third. Their lead back to 6. Seems like that's the new back and forth here that we had back in the first quarter. It was just 1 point back and forth. Now it seems like 9 points to 6 points. We'll see if one of these teams can figure out a way to pull ahead, or if we're just going to see more of the same from here on out.
Under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 6 point lead, as Josh mentioned, 34-28 for the Spartans. After the made free throw for McHugh, it'll be their basketball down to our right-hand side, and Hazard will be the one tasked with inbounding. He gets it to Bobby Pittick. They go to Tommy. Now Drew Peters. Peters puts on the brakes. Bobby Pittick got around Trey Smith. Now goes up top. Hobbs from the corner.
Yeah, one thing that Liam Hobbs made very clear last year, hasn't done it too much this year, but last year was very good from beyond the arc. He nets that one there.
Fail into the paint, up over Bobby Pittick. What a fight that has been down low. Spence and Fail all over Bobby Pittick. It's taken away and then deflected out of bounds. Last touch by South Jeff. Bobby Pittick wants a foul. He's saying he was held as he went up for that one.
I mean, it's just been physicality all over the place. I mean, refs are letting the two teams play.
Quick inbound to Fail. Thomas, Spence, worked its way out to Michael Fail. Now Brian Thomas from deep. Short. Drew Peters with the rebound. Tommy Pittick, under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Holding on to a 7-point lead are the Spartans. Bobby against Fail, turns. Good feed to find Peters underneath. He missed the shot. Fighting for the loose ball. It's taken away by Lowville.
Great effort there from Drew Peters.
Bobby Pittick got a hand on that one. There was a lot of contact. Lowville fans all stood up in unison, wanted the foul. They won't get it. Hazard passes up the three.
It's definitely been the ref's night, I will tell you that.
Hazard from deep, off the back iron. Strong rebound, Brian Thomas. Here's Spence, poked free by Hazard. They get it out to Thomas. Thomas took about 4 steps before he stepped into that three.
Refs let that one go. That's an interesting no call there. Definitely took more than 2.
Tommy Pittick into the lane, blocking foul on Thomas, count the bucket. So Tommy with a chance to nullify that Thomas three, and Brian picks up a foul.
You definitely tell refs getting some free advice in this game. Lowville fans not happy with quite a few of these most recent calls.
I mean, there's a lot to been worked up about both ways in this game. You can certainly say there's been some debate about some of them. I think that one was fairly clear-cut. Thomas stepped across there, was never set. Spence into the lane, hop step, too strong. Tommy Pittick with a rebound, and then he's called for the travel.
And now it's South Jeff's turn to be a little bit more upset, expecting a trip or a grab on Tommy. Not very often that he grabs a rebound and just falls over.
Thomas on the inbound play, gets it into Fail up over Hobbs, and then Hobbs comes down with a rebound. He lost it, comes out to Spence. 43 to go in the third quarter. South Jeff up by 7. Fail fakes the three, goes out to Thomas. Thomas guarded by Hobbs. Brian Thomas into the lane, tough shot, wouldn't go. Offensive rebound, and the follow. That's really well done from Thomas McHugh down low to pick up that rebound and then find the bottom of the bucket as well. Madison in trouble, gets it out to Hazard. Hazard throws it up ahead. Peters. South Jeff breaks the press. Peters handed off for Hazard. Shot clock turned off. 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Lead down to 5 for the Spartans. Tommy Pittick against McHugh, goes right to the basket, blocked from behind. They call the foul. And Tommy Pittick will head to the line. I think they're going to get McHugh there. But Fail was in as well. Then
I'll give it to Fail. That's his third. So now you have Fail and Bobby Pittick at the same amount of fouls at this point in the game. Somehow only seems fitting that they both have the same amount of fouls. They have had some very physical games put together, just fighting for the ball down low.
one more for Tommy Pittick. Rolls around the rim, comes out, and Spence with a strong rebound. 6-point lead. Spence right at the end of the third quarter throws one off the glass. It won't go. Peters with the rebound, and that'll end the third quarter. 41-35.
All of that, and it's still the same deficit heading into the final quarter. This is the final quarter, and it is going to be a good one. 6 points separating these two teams. South Jeff going undefeated in the regular season in the Frontier League. But don't think that Lowville didn't give them a fight. Lowville has made them work for both of the games that they won. We'll see if South Jeff can pull away, keep the lead, or if Lowville can actually make this comeback and not only hand South Jeff their first loss in the Frontier League this year, but their final loss in the Frontier League this year, and walk away as Frontier League champions. Lowville, no stranger to upsets, as they toppled Watertown just a couple days ago in Watertown to get here. So they are fully capable of making a comeback and upsetting a team for a win. South Jeff has also been very known to be able to hold on to a lead.
Tommy Pittick will start things off here in the fourth quarter. South Jeff up by 6. Brian Thomas harassing Thomas Pittick. Lawley to Bobby. Mid-range jumper, pure. What do we got? A foul on the floor here after the jump shot?
I guess so. Maybe a. It didn't seem like there was any call there.
Nothing up on the board.
No foul called. They just.
Yeah, that was interesting from Bobby Lefevre. Fail, top of the arc. He's in trouble. Nearly another 5-second violation. Got called for one of those earlier. Spence to the basket, up over Tommy Pittick. Didn't get the roll. Bobby with a rebound.
It's interesting. Usually those shots you don't expect to go in, but with Isaiah Spence, you almost expect it to go in.
Bobby Pittick bailed out of the shot. Ended up going to Madison. Takes this one. Wouldn't go. Thomas with the rebound. Up ahead. McHugh to Fail. Fail against Bobby Pittick. Stops. Goes to Smith. Now Fail underneath. Fail wanted to hand it off. Instead will dish out. Thomas from dead on. Won't get the roll, and Fail. Push in the back.
Push. And that's
fighting for position.
That's his fourth, and this is not a great time to have your fourth foul with still just about 7 minutes left in this fourth quarter. You get him to foul out, that is not going to be good for the Red Raiders.
Bobby Pittick. Spence on his back. Hazard in the corner. Thought about the three. South Jeff going to slow things down just a touch, and Hazard's pivot foot slid on him. Called for the travel as he was trying to find Madison in the corner. Spence to inbound. Gets it to Thomas. Thomas against Madison. McHugh. Spence in the corner. Back up top, Smith. McHugh. Fail up top. Spence trying to work free from Tommy Pittick. Struggling to do so. Thomas McHugh. Here is Spence. Goes through Bobby Pittick and Nate Madison. Both of them were straight up. Ball is out of play. South Jeff basketball. Inbounded Bobby Pittick. Goes right back to Lawley. They go out to Madison. And now Tommy, top of the arc.
Working that break like clockwork out there.
Bobby Pittick driving on Fail, who's on 4 fouls. Doesn't get the shot to go. Strong rebound by Thomas McHugh. Good work from him on the defensive glass. Smith back out. Fail. Passes up on the shot. Goes down low to Spence off the feed from Thomas. Lawley goes inbounds to Madison this time. He gets around Spence and then slows things down. Lawley, Hazard, near side, timeout, Bob Pittick.
I want to talk this one over and come up with how you want to handle these next 5.5 minutes.
Six-point lead still for the Spartans. 5.26 remaining. And it'll be their basketball with 27 seconds on the shot clock. Timeouts brought to you by the North Star Health Alliance. That's Carthage Area Hospital, Meadowbrook Terrace, North Country Orthopedic Group, and Claxton Hepburn. Terrific, physical, just slugfest between these two teams. South Jeff narrowly in the lead at the moment. Bob Piddick drawing something up out of this timeout. See if they go back to basics. Get Bobby open at the free throw line and let him try to create from there. See if they elect maybe to go after Michael Fail, sitting on 4 fouls. Here's Bobby. He's guarded by Myers, who's checked back in. And they take Fail off of Bobby Piddick for the time being.
Yeah, you just want to be very careful with Fail. He's been a big part of your offense down low. Definitely don't want him to be fouled out.
10 seconds on the shot clock now for Hazard. Madison driving to the basket. Nate Madison. Jump ball is the call.
I think that was a pretty good call. Michael Fail just right up on it. Had both hands right on the ball. Nate tried to push through with it. Just couldn't get that done.
So Lowville takes over after the jump ball. Brian Thomas guarded by Nate Madison. Thomas handed off for Spence. Spence against Tommy Piddick. Fail. Myers. Zaire. Zaire to Thomas. Hop step. Good bounce pass underneath to find Zaire. He goes out to Myers. Myers mid-range shot over Lawley.
It's a good shot there to put this game back within 4.
Tommy Piddick got around Brian Thomas.
I'm guessing this is going to go against Thomas. Bit of a late call, but I guess I don't.
Third foul on Brian Thomas.
Wouldn't be too worried with that. I mean, you still have 4.5 minutes, so you do want to be careful if you're Brian Thomas, but nothing that you'll have to take him out of the game for.
Piddick goes up ahead to Hazard. He's swinging around. Reagan Lawley. Tommy Piddick against Spence. Nate Madison against Zaire. Bobby. Fail back on him. Madison thought about the 3. Goes all the way around to Tommy Piddick. Shot clock down to 10 as Hazard lets one go from the far corner. Tommy Piddick with the rebound. Then he dishes back out. Hazard crossed up Brian Thomas. Tommy Piddick driving in, dishing back out. Lawley into the paint, finds Madison in the corner. He'll step in. Now Tommy Piddick from dead on. Short, rebound Myers. Myers. They go all the way out to Thomas. Here's Myers, top of the arc against Lawley. Posting up and spinning around Reagan Lawley. They go up top for Zaire. Ethan Zaire leaves for Michael Fail. Down low, Brian Thomas against Nate Madison. Good defense from Madison, and then that one poked off the backboard by Lawley to Bobby Piddick. Tommy Piddick. Lead just 4 for South Jeff now. 3:15 to go. Bobby in the post, gets around. Fail gets to the bucket and lays it in with the left hand.
Yeah, you could see Bobby finding out that Fail's on him. He's willing to go to the basket, trying to draw that 5th foul on him. Ended up getting 2 points out of it.
Myers at the other end with a really tough shot.
Wasted no time to get right back in there. Great layup. Keeping this now at a 4-point game as Lowville takes another timeout. They got 3 still to work with, so they'll be just fine, especially as this game continues to move on. As you can definitely start to find out that this game is not going to end up being a blowout. This is going to be close all the way through. But right now, for Lowville, you just got to somehow manage to get that defense and keep it clean. I mean, you just got to try and hold off on the fouls. If you can do that, then you might be able to keep pushing with this offense, because their offense is working pretty good, but their defense, outside of, I mean, they've played very physical and it's worked out for them in some cases, but they can continue to do that and keep it clean without fouling, And they may find themselves in the lead here very shortly. But it's very important that they continue to keep all of their starters out of the 5th foul.
Just under 3 minutes to go, 2:59, 4-point game, South Jeff with the lead. Full court press from Lowville, out of the timeout. They come in to Hazard on the near side. He splits a couple of defenders, goes to Bobby, and now Tommy Pittick at the top of the arc will slow things down for the Spartans. Madison, near corner, Pittick in the post. They put Myers on him. And he goes around Myers, blocking foul and one. Myers didn't like that call. To be honest, I think some of the stuff they've let go in this game, that was marginal
nothing.
At best.
Yes, that was just kind of watching him go compared to some of the stuff that we have seen in this one go uncalled. But that one's going to send Bobby to the line for just one.
Chance, though, for a 3-point play. He's short. Tommy fighting for the rebound. South Jeff comes up with it. Now a chance to really add to the lead. 6 as it stands, but that possession after the missed free throw from Bobby Pittick is huge.
It really is, especially with how much time's on the clock. This can really chew off some very valuable seconds for the Red Raiders.
Can take this right down to about 2 minutes if they want. Hazard. Tommy Pittick into the paint. Tommy Pittick right to the basket, lays it in, and used pretty much the entirety of the shot clock. Approaching 2 minutes to go now, and the lead up to 8 for South Jeff, 49-41.
And you see, even with the lead, they are going full court press.
Good foul by Madison there. He's called for the block. I'm not sure he thought it was a foul, but if you were going to pick one up, that's when you would, before the shot even occurs. Prevent an easy bucket for Thomas.
And it's only his 2nd foul of the game, so he's not too worried about him taking that foul, especially with 2 minutes to go.
Thomas inbound to McHugh. Foul on Tommy Pittick, and it was.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of had his hand tangled up in his arms, and then as soon as he went up for the shot, Tommy really had no choice but to take a foul there. Really, the important part was to kind of make sure that McHugh doesn't make that shot. But now he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Just the 3rd on Tommy Pittick. McHugh makes the first. Lead to 7. Myers comes out. Ethan Zare back in. McHugh, Thomas, Spence, Zare, and Trace Smith.
I'll net them both. That'll put them back up by 6. Now South Jeff going with a different full court break.
Oh, deflected and taken away. Smith to Spence. Spence, tough shot in the post.
Gets it to go. It's now down to 4 with 1:40, and Lowville will take a timeout.
That full court press paying dividends. They forced a turnover, pick up 2 points, pick up a little bit of momentum. Trail by 4 with 1:40.
Yep, it's certainly going to be a battle down to the very end. South Jeff, they had a play that was working for them. They tried to go with something different. It worked the first time that they used it. Right there on that 2nd time, did not work so well. But Lowville, you got to keep the pressure on. You got to suffocate this team as best as you can. Get these points in now. Don't let South Jeff breathe. If you let them breathe, they're going to beat you. And it's how South Jeff has been able to go undefeated in that regular season for the Frontier League. They look to top it off with a Frontier League title right here. But Lowville, we'll see if they can continue this defensive stand.
Able to force the turnover on the inbound play for South Jeff. Something that they've struggled to do. The South Jeff press break has been terrific all evening. Get the ball into Bobby Pittick.
Now they're going to go back to their old full court break. It worked.
Bobby Pittick, cross court for Madison. Well handled. Up ahead, Hazard. He lost the handle. Jump
Somehow
ball.
there's no call anywhere.
Bob Piddick wanted timeout, too. I'm not sure if they're going to give him that or not.
I don't think they will.
They will not. Jump ball favors South Jeff.
Lowville fans screaming jump ball, South Jeff fans screaming blocking foul. The name of this game so far.
Hazard to inbound. Bobby Piddick in the near corner. Guarded tightly by Thomas McHugh. Lawley. Fail picks him up. Again, Michael Fail sitting on 4 fouls. Down to 1:20 to go. Lawley. Tommy Piddick.
South Jeff going to run this clock down. They're up 4.
Shot clock down to 10. Bobby Piddick in the post. Comes out. Lawley to Tommy. Bobby, rather, underneath. Deflected out of play. 2 on the shot clock for the Spartans here.
They're going to have to get a quick shot up here. They don't have very much time.
Bobby. Off the iron. Rebounded by Thomas. Thomas, got away with one there. Spence from 3, short. Rebound, Tommy Piddick. And then up the sideline, Spence called for the foul. Piddick got slapped on the arm there on the way through.
You could hear that.
Yeah, that was audible.
But I guess they're going to let that go and end up picking up Spence with a foul.
Lawley into Piddick, and then he's hacked.
And
I mean, that's deliberate.
That is not
definition of intentional
going
foul. I know that
well there, but
Lowville probably would like to foul in that instance anyway.
But don't need to do it that way.
A little
could just
overzealous.
Give him a good hug instead. Maybe catch him, help him down to the ground a little bit.
Wasn't it you that said Valentine's Day was yesterday?
Yeah, that was yesterday. We don't just keep the love moving all day. Keep the move loving.
Bobby Piddick misses the first. Leaves the door open just a touch. Good on the second.
Makes it a 5-point game. Now it's important for the Spartans to not foul here. It's a 5-point game.
Ethan Zare back in for Trey Smith.
They're going to go with their own.
Oh, it's turned over.
And that's not touched, so that's going to give South Jeff the ball underneath the hoop. A good look there from Spence, just a bit off.
Yeah, errant pass from him. And so as soon as Zare comes into the game, he checks back out. Smith back in for defense. Timeout, Bob Piddick and South Jeff. Up by 5, 48.7 to go in the game and the basketball. Possession arrow does favor Lowville.
Yeah, but that turnover right there, that is killer for these Red Raiders. I mean, down 5 with 48.7 to go is one thing, but you have to continue to handle the ball. You can't be handing South Jeff possessions, especially not right now when you're trying to push back in and trying to fight the time. Now giving South Jeff the ball. They can't, I mean, the farthest that South Jeff can run this down to is 13 seconds. But 13 seconds with at most, or at least a 5-point lead is not what the Red Raiders want. As now the South Jeff student section standing up here in front of us.
Bobby Piddick, he's fouled in the corner. Thought you'd see that from Lowville.
Yeah, much more of a kinder foul there. Just put your hands on him, maybe give him a little bit of a push.
Brian
let
Thomas
the rest
picks it up. It's his 4th. And again, it sends Bobby Piddick to the line. That turnover on the inbound play from Spence.
That's killer there. But another thing for Lowville that they're going to have to be careful of, they're going to have to pick and choose who can foul who. Number one, you want certain South Jeff players to get to the line. One person you don't want, Russell Hazard. He's actually won free throw competitions. But now for Lowville, you have to make sure you're not fouling out your starters.
South Jeff has 2 fouls to give. Won't matter if they can take it away. Diving onto the ball, out of bounds.
He's out of bounds.
Bobby Piddick is signaling like he was. They're going to have a conversation. All 3 officials over there having a discussion.
Really what you'd be looking for.
The only thing I could think is if the timeout was called before, but
I guess they're going to give it to him. That is a bit wild to me. I feel like he had possession out of bounds, but if he was managing to call it beforehand, then I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Diving across the floor, being able to call timeout before out of bounds. It's an impressive move there. But
they give it to him, the North Star Health Alliance timeout.
Now it's, I mean, you're down 7, so there's a few people that you're going to want to give this to. And the issue is South Jeff knows those people. South Jeff is definitely going to heavily guard Isaiah Spence here, keep him away from that three-point line.
They've done that so well all evening. Spence has not been able to find one from beyond the arc, and he hasn't only had a couple of looks because Tommy Pittick has just been face guarding him the entire game. He's not giving him an ounce of space.
Yeah, shows that South Jeff definitely watched the Potsdam game, because if you watch that game, you know to guard Isaiah Spence behind the three-point line. And South Jeff, yeah, like you said, they've done a real good job of that. Only one three-point shot today, and it didn't go. But we'll see if he gets one here.
Certainly think they draw the play up. He was open in the corner. Thomas never even looked. McHugh, fail. He's going to drive to the bucket. Tommy Pittick, Bobby with a rejection.
Great block there. Just got enough air above fail there to get that block and making sure that he did not hit him in the arm.
Here's Spence from the corner, off the side of the backboard. And Lawley comes up with the ball. He heaves it up the court. Bobby Pittick is fouled.
He'll take the foul there, and he'll head to the line. And it's starting to look bleak for the Red Raiders. Down 7. Bobby hits these two. It makes it to a 9-point game. That's a 3-possession game. It's not looking good for the Red Raiders. You see that one will force the 3-possession game, now up 8. I'm not sure how much more Lowville can put up on these 24 seconds.
In and out for Bobby. That might be best case scenario and away for South Jeff. The clock runs. Here's Spence. He's fouled. They will not give him the continuation.
Great move there all the way down the line, but South Jeff not too worried about that foul. That doesn't even put him at the line. So he'll now just have to pass it in.
One more to give. Then the next would put Lowville in the bonus. Thomas on the inbound play.
Gets that in, and Lowville will stop the clock with another timeout.
South Jeff will trade 2 for 2 right now.
Yep, they'll be just fine with letting a layup go. You see even Nate Madison, who was guarding Thomas, just kind of almost let him go down there, kind of as if to say, yeah, sure, go ahead, take your 2. We'll keep our 6-point lead. Now 16 seconds to go in this Frontier League Championship game. I think if South Jeff ends up going to the line, which I'm guessing they will, if they hit both, I'd say this one is over if they can hit both. If they hit none, then you keep it into a 2-point game or a 6-point game, a 2-possession game. But if you turn it into an 8-point game, I don't see a chance for Lowville to make that comeback.
We just haven't been consistently successful from beyond the arc enough in this game, and that's part of the reason why they've fallen behind.
Yeah, I mean, you have guys like Russell Hazard, who's hit a couple from beyond the arc.
Inbound to Bobby. He secures it, gets it up ahead to Madison. He's fouled by Thomas. I believe that's his 5th.
So
Unfortunately for Lowville, just no chance for anybody else to get involved there.
No, and that, I mean, you either do that or Nate just keeps running with the ball. So it's honestly a big team play there from Thomas to take the foul and foul out just to at least send him to the line.
Madison connects with the first. Second one rattles around and in as well.
Lowville trying to hustle through this. They don't have a lot of time. They got to hurry down the floor and just throw something up.
Blocked.
A block from
by
Bobby.
Bobby Piddick underneath.
I'm a bit shocked without a foul call there. That looked like a little bit of an arm, but we've had a lot of plays like that, so I guess might as well let that one go through if all the other ones have.
Spence stepped out of bounds.
And that'll do it right there.
That kind of second half for Lowville.
Yeah, I mean, they had an incredible first half, kept it very close, but South Jeff just going to hang on to it and call it a Frontier League championship. Undefeated in the Frontier League, and they cap it off with a title. But what a game from the Lowville Red Raiders. They put up a fight all the way till the very end, not letting South Jeff get away with an easy one. And that's exactly what we asked for this game. Great job from the Red Raiders. Really put together a solid game.
Fight was the right word. It was a physical battle right from the very outset. These two teams, no quarter given, no love lost. They battled tooth and nail for every loose ball, every rebound. It was physical.
Yeah, very physical. I mean, it's very rare that you see two players from each team being in foul trouble. And I mean, tonight, not only did we see someone foul out, but another player on Lowville with 4, 2 on South Jeff with 3, just very physical game. And it just shows that they wanted this game. They wanted this win. And South Jeff definitely earned it with a 55-47 win.
So the Spartans going to be crowned here in a second, the Frontier League Class AAB League Tournament champions. Of course, the league champions as well, going undefeated on the year. So we'll turn you over to public address announcer Joey Wargo here in a second. He'll announce the Frontier League All-Stars and League MVP and then crown the Spartans as league and tourney champs. For our crew, Nate Madison, Zach Zabriskie, Morgan Young, my commentary partner Josh Madison. My name is Connor Lalone. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in all weekend long to the Frontier League Championships here on NBC Watertown. Really appreciate all your support, your kind words, and we hope you'll join us again in the future. Look out. We could possibly end up with a couple of sectional games. We usually do, so chances are we might be right back here in a week or so. We'll let you listen to Joey Wargo here, and then we'll send you home this evening. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you.
From Lowville, Isaiah Spence. From Lowville, Michael Vale. From South Jefferson, Tommy Piddick. And the AAAB Division MVP from South Jefferson, Bobby Piddick. The AAAB Division Coach of the Year from South Jefferson, Bob Piddick. And your 2024-2025 AAAB Division League and Playoff Champions, the South Jefferson Spartans.